Hey guys, Mongo here. Quick update on Bitcoin. So we just had an SFP of the high. For those of you who don't know, from trading perspective, that's just a quick reversal pattern. Whales came up, pushed the price, and then set in some big shorts at the top. It's usually a liquidity grab, so they're going to come down and hope maybe even take out some of this liquidity that's underneath here. So let's zoom in here and kind of examine this this time perspective of 1 hour, and then I'll give you kind of higher price projections if we hold this level. This is the 1 hour, so you've got the 50 EMA down here on the 1 hour too at 70,946, but we're also bouncing off of the local range value area low, which is the support. So if we continue doing this, it's really bullish. Let's zoom in. You still got money flow and VWAP coming up, so RSI is a little exhausted. It's giving it some time. So this could be an exaggerated bull flag. So if I delete this stuff, you can pretty much see we are in a flag per se. We had a breakout of our flag, and now we're back inside the zone. Let me actually make these solid lines so you guys can see. Yeah, so nothing really happened. If you look at it from a bull flag perspective, there's not much going on. And if you had a flagpole from this bad boy from top to bottom, it's a big move. Oops, excuse me on that. Let's lock that up. And let's say if we broke out somewhere over here. It gives you a new target. Well, it's always nice to have local targets. All right, that local target that's sitting at 78,815. Still haven't hit the big target from the other bull flag we broke out of, which is 74,864. I do have an alarm set down here at 71,360. I do have a feeling we could have a quick, what they call chickens drinking water. It's a liquidity grab of the longs. It would stop everybody out and liquidate some as well, and then move higher. There's a lot of times what happens during trading. And then if not, we've got key fib levels locally on the way down here. Let's move this up higher now. Let's actually unlock this one. 1 second. Let's do that. All right. Yeah, so we could come back down and retest. Again, anything in a bull market and uptrend, usually the 382 is really bullish, and it's also coinciding with the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. Zoom into the 24-minute. Let's update our our range pool. Yeah, we had a nice bounce. We could come back down, wick below, and take out maybe some more stops along this wick. I'm just going through a trading analysis, how longs and shorts are looking right now. This is overall still kind of bullish. Typical sideways action. If we're going to break out today, it's going to be later this afternoon, most likely. Yeah, range bound. You can even pull another range within a range, so you can always do this too. This is a new range technically in the smaller macro picture. And you're fighting the local point of control, and you're also still getting support off of that local rate, a low value area low. So still positive. Looking more up and then down until we lose. If you lose the 71,360, it becomes a problem. Then you're probably going to have more of an exaggerated come around. So it would look more something like this. You lose this, you get rejected off the point of the value area low, come back down, and you get another rejection, you're going to come lower. So you're going to come down somewhere like in this neck of the woods if you're lucky. And then if we get bullish, come back up. If not, we'll do something different. It'll be more like an exaggerated, real big flush. Come back down. Where's the 618? Even come back down to the 618 here. Get a nice liquidate. You could probably even SFP this. A lot of times we do. We like to go for these. So you come back down, flash crash like 68, and then spring up higher, and then rocket towards 83. So that's the potential. Those are the options based on trading. It's usually how traders think. Let's zoom back out for you on the 4 hour. All right, so now we have several targets locally, right? So we have a low-end target here between 71,360. 71,360 is our kind of line in the sand for me personally. You lose that, we're going to look to go lower, stay above it. We're looking to go higher. We got a weak high showing, so it's potentially going to come taken out. I guarantee we have some single prints up here that they're going to take. It's an ugly high. So it's just a matter of consolidating, getting some shorts to come in here at the bottom. They'll squeeze the shorts and push higher is my thoughts. We'll wait and see. But next target, once above that, is sitting at 74,864. Above that, that will be, let's change this back over to dotted, 78,015, and then up here at 84,576. So at some point, we're going to get a correction. It's just a matter of when. I don't know. We're just continue to run. So bigger targets here, I drew them in as well on this chart from Coinbase. All we have are fibs to go off of. So your first big fib target's up here at 102. So it's the 1618, 102.235, roughly speaking. Then you've got your 2618 up here at 155.783. And then if you get really parabolic with retail FOMO, like either end of this year, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, end of next year or middle of next year for a blow off top. The 3618 is coming in at 209.331, and then the 4236 is coming in at 242.460, and I think the 4618 is somewhere around like the 462 range. So, or excuse me, 262,000 range. So that is Bitcoin in a nutshell. Let's run back through some of the other stuff we've been following. All right, so that is that. Let's look at Pulse Chain. Ink is running hard. I think people are finally catching on. Some of the Richard Hart FUD was actually, it still attracted a lot of attention. People are realizing how undervalued this whole ecosystem is. So I think there's money flooding in on the bridge. And there's still a tax-free. So it's free to bridge in, but it costs you fees to bridge out like any other chain. So he's still waiving the bridge in fees. Still have a local target of $10.74. After that, you've got a target of $12.76, and then you've got the 15.18 as the next target, and then the first fib is over here, only the 236. It's sitting at 19.25. So I think people will start taking profits on this who have been holding it for a while in this fib range in general. So between 19.25 and all the way up here to like $30, people are going to start dumping. I won't. I'm holding. So I think this is going to go towards its all-time high at least, and then I'll look to take some profits off the table. And that'll be in conjunction with how I think Bitcoin's doing in its overall cycle, which I'll get into in a different video. So that is Inc. Did a nice move, 11% in the past day, so up to $8.77. Pulse Chain, the actual PLS token, is doing well. It's up about 1%. Really big choppy price action, but this is a nice bull flag. I'm just expecting higher. My first target is up here at 1971. And then you've got your next target really sitting at 30.2546. So that's about another, 40%, I think. Let's pull it here. Yeah, 44%. Again, there's not much to talk about on Pulse Chain. We're just slowly grinding higher, and people are finally catching on. So there's not much to talk about. PLSX, same thing. You're getting ready to break out to a bull flag. I love this look where it looks like it's going to roll over. It's going to hockey stick higher. So this one is extremely undervalued in my opinion. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. But you're roughly, 20-ish% away from my next target. So, yeah, buy and hold, guys. This is still a good time to DCA. We're in and around the sacrificed prices for both coins. So, yeah, not much to say there. Let's go back to TradingView. Fetch AI is battling. Hit my zone last night. I did not take a long because I just want to see if it holds support. Bounced off just between the 786 and the 886 locally. We're fighting to get back above. So basically, when I'm watching stuff like this, it's been capitulating. I want to see kind of this W pattern form. So this, I want to see some kind of hold a little bit lower. So it's probably going to get, if it holds here and goes higher, great. That's an exaggerated W. Very bullish. If it doesn't, I want to see it come back down and hold somewhere in this neck of the woods, somewhere between 259 and 256 with a nice strong bounce for a nice green trigger wave here on the on the market cipher B, along with increasing money flow. Let's go back to Bitcoin now that's beeping at me for a long. Let's see here. Yep, there you go. Bitcoin just did what I said it was going to do. It's going to swipe out all the liquidity. Someone's going to run this thing. So this would be a good long opportunity in the short term. Let's take a big look at this thing on the 1 minute, or let's do that down to the 5 minute. Be careful if you're going to long these things. Make sure it's a short-term scalp, because if it gets rejected off the value area low, it's going to come much lower, and it's going to be a retracement. This already looks like it could be a distribution pattern, or it can be a failed. So you already had a fake out to the upside. Let's see if it's a fake out to the downside. Get a look at how traders think, psychology. These guys are looking to, yeah. So what I'd like to see, put it in a strong low accordingly. I'd like to see a break back above, at least a retest, and then get back up. And then by doing so, you can kind of look for a little entry point at any of these breaks. This would be a good break right here. That's not a straight line at all, but somewhere in that neck of the woods. That would be a good entry on a retest. That's still showing it's showing a bullish break in structure, and it's confirming it. So you would still target the high. It's not much of a degen play. It's more of just confirmation. It's how you're supposed to trade. So there's other ways to do it. We get into a whole different trading lesson later, but just trying to give you guys general advice or general ideas in terms of where we're going in overall market structure. I can't give any kind of advice, especially not financial. Turn this thing off. All right, over to, let's see. That's what Ethereum looks like. Ethereum's doing the same thing. It's capitulating. It's sweeping the lows here. They're both doing a chicken's drinking water, which is a very bullish liquidity grab. So it's wiping out any longs that are currently here. They're setting big longs down here potentially and moving higher. And or we had so big long liquidations from the top. So there's that option too. Let's look at AVAX. AVAX hit my goal last night and has retraced since then. I had a goal or my target of 50.36. Looking bullish overall. Again, the whole ecosystem looks bullish with these huge Japanese gaming guys coming in from Polygon. So I like what I see there. Again, I'm still bullish until we're not on Bitcoin. So everything, I mean, the altcoins just have time to run. I had a nice flush on Band Protocol. Zoom out for you a little bit. They're getting manipulated, so we'll see. It could come back down as low as 240, but then move higher. So I still see this continuing up, especially if Bitcoin pumps, everything else will pump. Let's see, Illuvium. People are taking profit on Illuvium. This is an ugly M pattern. This is probably going to come lower, although it says it's a strong low. I don't know if I believe that. I don't like the pattern look. Anytime you have rounding like this, it's usually coming lower. So I would look to target the old previous breakout point of like 124 as a bounce point. Render. Ooh, render's ugly too. You got an M pattern. Yeah, it's going to come lower. So you're going to have a probably... Yeah, you're probably going to be targeting this area here, about $10. You're probably going to, if you don't bounce here, it's going to target. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Bitcoin can right all ships here. You've got Solana. It's back testing. It's back testing the old breakout points. It's actually looking very bullish. Still bullish, guys. So overall, that's all I have to say. I'll come back with other videos later. We've got some work to do, but nothing I say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, hit up a Crypto Blackwall on Twitter and the Blockguard Discord. Thanks.